What is up, and welcome to another hot take where we chill out and listen to some music together. I'm Toby A.K.A. Kushing from the T&D channel. Make sure you check out everything we do. And today we're going to be taking a look at Lotus. So on our hot take live, we came across their last album release, which was in August of 2022. And we liked what we heard, and I wanted to check out a little bit more of that and then a live show to kind of see what they were like, because we didn't get enough time to really get into them. And so just on Wikipedia over here, we've got them up, of course. It says they're electronic jam band. They started that jamtronic shit, in my opinion, and they really brought it together, I think. I mean, maybe not started, but still holding it down. In 1999 in Indiana is where they formed. And I saw something weird down here. Just this company, Pop Matters, had something to say about one of their albums, The Strength of Weak Ties. And it says that the instrumentals, for the most part, don't go anywhere, but occasionally pulled out something that was genuinely thrilling. And that was kind of a backhanded kind of thing to say. And I wanted to kind of keep that in mind with this type of music. Again, we talk about a lot that, I prefer jam bands with like really good singers or MCs or something over it. And they're one that has, they don't try to sing themselves, but they really just maybe use a sample here and there. I wanted to see if we could find an example of that as well, but not really singing. And so, I wanted to keep that in mind when we were taking a look at it. But it still seemed like a backhanded thing to say. So here we go. Hop over to Lotus Bloom and Recede album premiere. Here we go. Really dancey off the bat. He's also using the pads for that synth line, which is odd to me. First off, they definitely get props for this video shoot. This album premiere shoot looks really great. They must have rented out a place. I don't know if it's a venue or just like a warehouse, that they shot in or something, but it's cool and it does look great. Their guitarist so far, I do like his tone. I think we mentioned it on the Hot Take Live too, that he kind of gets to a Gilmore kind of sound with his tone, and he loves some long sustained notes and things like that, but that kind of drippy, reverbed, yet piercing tone that he has reminds me of, I could see some Pink Floyd as a big influence, and then a little bit of Jerry. You can see by the way he's playing, but I can hear both so far. What is he playing? The woodblock? People really stand by those Nords. I haven't played one, but it looks sweet. I do like that they have two keyboardists. That's kind of special. You don't see that as much in jam bands. You normally see two guitarists, and it's kind of nice to have. So he's just got the room. One of them can be playing like the long synth pads, and then again, this guy can be on the beat pads doing some different stuff, and I really think it opens you up to sound a lot more like an album or something too. Having an extra keyboardist is like essential to me, just because like um I don't know. I was just thinking about the like I want to take a look at some different stuff tonight on and you'll see it on the next up and coming hot takes. But there is such a weird thing to me that I'm not sure how to perform a lot of music that is very rigid or like to a click recorded. Also, you have so many instruments, like say some of the beats and stuff that I make, right? There's a piano, there's an organ, there's a synth, there's lead lines, it's impossible to play live because you would need like 8 keyboardists sometimes. Some of them are big builds, right? And so, you'd need 4 to 8 keyboardists to make a lot of these sounds. And it kind of leaves something to wonder, like how to get that without pressing play and then having a band play to the track, which a lot of people don't prefer. But that is how a lot of hip hop's done. So it's definitely okay. But I like the middle ground of just having an extra couple keyboardists, having extra percussionists, things like that. You can kind of get this closer to a big sound. And so I'm liking it coming into that aspect so far. He's playing so gently. Oh, okay. Here's a vocal sample. That's what we were looking for before. Just a little bit. Very glitchy. That's interesting. Well, see, they do give me hope in that sense, just because, like, I was just thinking, I was like, man, you need the keyboard, you need a extra one doing 808s, you need 3 or 4 people on pads to even get some sounds like this, that I was thinking of. So they're kind of showing that you can do that. You can throw it in. Maybe the percussionist is adding some 808s, and the second keyboardist is now dropping the vocal samples and stuff in there, which is sick. I do think it's weird how they talked about that album, though, as far as it didn't go anywhere. Because a lot of bands like this, it's pretty offensive to say, because, I mean, if you think them or like Sound Tribe, right, is another great example of bands that are more for, it is a composition of sorts, right? They are composing something and putting it together for you, but it's also kind of a little bit of a like background vibiness thing, where it's more about the environment than like you standing and watching a performance. It's kind of like how a DJ or like someone playing house music, because it does have some house elements in it as well. You would think that's more to put on. You don't really stare at the DJ all night like you would a singer, right? I mean, you glance and you hype them up, give them your energy, but you don't stare at them. And so it feels like maybe more, it doesn't go anywhere like they're talking about, because there's not as much of a song structure and building as much as there is like vehicles for like how to vibe out a room, like they just have little movements that they can change the feeling of music in a room, and that has its own special quality. So it's not always about just having a perfect song front to back. It's also about the vibes. Can't hear the percussion good. Say the guitarist definitely seems to be laying back. It's not like I don't think he's the type to like rip it up and get really crazy, which might be right for this type of music. Again, they're going for a vibey house live experience, and so you really don't need someone just straight ripping it over it. It's more about keeping like the feeling, But he's laying back, you can tell. Vibe change. There we go. You bring that percussion in. Now I can hear. Drums. They're constantly doing drums into space, aren't they? Okay. Is that how that one faded out? Dude. So, yeah, to me it gave me a lot of thoughts. And I wonder, I will say again, I'll comment on it one more time about them saying that it didn't go anywhere. I don't think that they were intended to be listened to like that. Like, it's almost like I could understand, unless you're driving or something. Say you're sitting like I am, but not doing this. Say you're sitting here. I could imagine watching once, but I can't imagine putting this back on a bunch. Because it feels like something to be seen live. It's about the vibe. It's about the room, And I can kind of see that it's just not for that. It's not for you to sit down and really appreciate as much as it is for you to feel in real life. And so it's hard for bands like this probably to put out albums. Like, it was weird listening to Sound Tribe albums. You listen to every song once on an album, you're like, oh, fuck, it's cool. Like, what am I supposed to just sit and enjoy the work, the piece of work, which is odd to me because, again, I would expect some story or some vocals or something in there to really be appreciated and viewed like that. But when I hear it, I want to go see them. When I hear Sound Tribe or a band like Lotus, like, it just feels like, man, that'd be chill as fuck to go out with your friends. I mean, at a certain point, it's just like having the best live background music, you know, and but they're good enough to where they can grab you, they can take your attention. And I would say maybe even rip it up a little bit. Maybe live, you know, they do kind of let that shine a little bit and release the inner demons, you know, or angels, whatever you got hidden inside of you, you know, as a musician. You gotta let that shit out. But anyway, so yeah, fuck yeah, Lotus. They didn't claim me last time on the Hot Take Live. Hopefully not this time. And they're chill as fuck then. So hopefully that goes over well. But we fuck with you. We like what you're doing. And make sure to check out everything else we do on the channel. Make sure if you're here to check out our Patreon. We have an awesome game show over there that's kind of like this, where we watch music videos. We got a lot of extra content. Make sure to check out my music under Kushing on Spotify here, wherever you find music. And make sure to check out Real Bird. That's our company, you know, and we got some new merch coming. We got new designs that are coming for the fall, and it's going to be sick. I'm going to put that up somewhere on here. I love you so much, and we will see you again every day. Bye. Wake up.